Peace, peace. Little think fast. Happy now, of course. Sitting here dealing with these mantras. Matter of fact, mantras. Like somebody tried to correct me and said it's mantras. You pronounce it mantras, as if I didn't know that it probably has a different pronunciation. I'm from Louisiana. I say mantra. But seeing how I thought about as I'm doing saying these mantras. Matter of fact, I was doing one for Kali Ma. Om Hreem Shreem Kleem Madhya Kalika Param Eshwari Swaha. And like making these noises, I'm like, oh shit, I thought about the healing sounds or the healing tones, the exercise that I shared about the healing noises or the healing organ, the healing, basically the healing sounds for the organs. There's a certain exercise that you could do with, making these healing noises, and one noise helps for the lungs, one helps for the heart, the spleen, the kidneys, the liver. And I thought about it. So like, say for instance, the one for the lungs is the one for the liver is shh. So like, and I thought about like the creation of language and how, like, if we not even just creating a language, like right now, if I wanted to, and got caught up. Like if I wanted to, I could create a language and be like shh, and be like, this is gonna help to heal your liver, you know what I'm saying, and your lungs, or this could help to heal, say for instance, like, and this how we get like the folklore of, like, saying certain little cantations, like saying certain little little words or spells, saying certain things that cause a certain effect, that be the deeper science into it, is these certain sounds, causing, a certain energy to come about, whether it's summoning a certain energy or that's why I say summoning the energy or creating like a healing aspect. Come try, I right quick. I be trying to think of like every aspect of something when I bring something up, but again though, like how all these little sayings, like say this for when you're dealing with Oshun, or say this for when you doing a spell to bring a lover in, or whatever. But like, or say for instance again, like the noise ha is the thing for the heart. And instead of telling somebody, all right, this helps to heal your heart energetically, this noise is good for the healing, like I just tell a person, I have some type of little thing, and I be like, I write it out, I'll tell them, or I just say it over them and be like, oh you know what I'm saying? Like, I know it sounds silly, but again, this is real science, real sauce on how we, come up with these different languages and these different sayings, again, and this is one way of me just noticing on my own from dealing with the mantras, and I'm like, oh, all right, if one of these mantras got a lot of like noises in it, it'll heal the liver, and and heal whatever aspects go with healing the liver. And I forgot, I'm gonna say, I know well, I'm gonna go with what I remember. So like the lungs deal with courage, As a matter of fact, that's why I was speaking on, like, if we smoking a lot, we may as a matter of fact, and that's why sometimes, other than the aspect of, sometimes the actual herb smoke or smoke itself making us, less vital, like less into vitality mode, the herb smoke, messes with the lungs, and by messing with the lungs, you're messing with the area of courage, within your energy field. So again, I could be like, oh, you need some help with courage. Go in the mirror and say this. Yeah. Like again, I'm having fun with it, but this is again a reality of how this work. And you start to see how we again, able to, especially in this day and age, be able to write our own books and bring down new information, you know uh you know because of course we have this ancient information from the ancestors, but that is for us to use in the reference of our now. We are constantly evolving, so we're not going to be doing everything exactly the same as the way it used to be done. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why we things fell to the state of being that it is in now, is because it's not meant for us to repeat certain things that we did back in those times. You know, borrow the things that will help us evolve, and you know, almost like I would say, keep what resonates and leave the rest. But again, you could just see how we create our own, or how we can create our own languages, and in essence, again, because even down to a lot of the elder languages, like got the rolling of the tongue a lot, and that rolling of the tongue stimulate, like that constant vibration stimulates the pineal gland, you know, compared to bland ass English where you never really rolling your tongue or vibrating any noises, so it doesn't stimulate your pineal gland. Just more on top of the water that they got fluoride in, on top of the over promotion of meat eating and unhealthy foods, on top of them telling kids to kill their imaginations in schools, like it's like, oh, it's all kind of that's why it's a constant growth, to make sure we open up our pineal and keep it open in essence. But not to be fear-mongered by the bullcorn outside of us either. Ye are gods, strong and powerful, and as much as they do have these little outside aspects, you want to be aware of them, but not to the point where you're giving your power to that. You know what I'm saying? We're feeling like, oh, this gonna affect me, or this, like, say, for instance, like over worrying about a chemtrail or something like that. It's like, be the God that you are, and just, do your works right now. Be aware of that, and especially if you're somebody like, like, say, for instance, with a platform where you speak on these type of things. Of course, you become aware of it to, share it with others, but again, not to a level of fear mongering yourself. But I digress. And so we're able to make our own languages, our own, basically the little cantations for spells and stuff like that. We're doing a certain little ceremony, a certain little, ritual. We create our own, again, our own little spell, so to speak. But peace. As a matter of fact, let me make sure, yeah. Because I done spoke on nothing extra. That's basically it. Peace. Happy now. Now the vibrative course. Not too far in the future. Not too far in the past. Right now, matter of fact, I'm just telling them to end with the note of, again, with that example, now we're able to, we know how we could create, and again, just re-remembering, ancient information, but or just information that's constantly in existence of source, but bringing it down may seem new, within this lifetime, and it's about us, again, creating new things and bringing down new information, and not always going with the same, the same spell that Marie Laveau. Because again, and I'm right here with Marie Laveau, and even she, again, that, she will let you know that, in essence of her magic, and just the magic practitioner, and in essence, it's a lot of making your own, doing your own thing. you know think about her situation where she ate a pepper to test and see if her magic was, if she was ready to do some magic, like if she could handle that pepper without the, I guess almost like seeing if the physical realm could throw her off, and if not, that means she really was ready for, to get down to some magic. But again, certain spells or things from these books that's out now and all this is not the end all be all for all, magic rituals and spells and cantate. It's stuff that we are here to create, and I say create, and when I say that, just to keep things in perspective, because as much as we are, again, uh creating new things, is more so just remembering, things that we once used at one time, in an awakened state, and revamping or just using these ideas right now in this lifetime. Because in this lifetime, we don't really, from a physical standpoint, we don't really have a strong memory of all these creations that we always was able to tap into and create. That's what Nikola Tesla bringing up. Uh, Nikola Tesla bringing up information. Which again, in the times when he was bringing it up, that information had been lost. In essence, so that was new in that time, in that time span, but not new within the essence of our existence. And one might ask, well, why will we keep recycling this and that? And that's just, it's a collective consciousness. Uh, but I do feel like, where it's certain ideas in the collective, just like how, so say for instance, just like how we went all throughout history, all throughout our recent history, without, because I think about this analogy I always use with Mickey Mouse. Well, Mickey Mouse always existed, in the astral planes, just in the collective, but Walt Disney was the person to use Mickey Mouse or that mouse character as a cartoon and actually put it down and say, hey, I'm going to use this as a cartoon. So Mickey Mouse been sitting in the collective for, all those years that everybody else didn't create, a cartoon named Mickey Mouse. It was sitting there, and then, ding, the light bulb hit for Walt Disney. Like, how could I help the CIA and these beings who feed off of fear? How can I help them in their agenda? I'll create a person named Mickey Mouse, and I'll rule over all media platforms. I'll own the sports platforms, ESPN. I own Marvel. I'll own Lucas Studios, Star Wars. I'm done with my little rant. But again, making sure making sure again to remember that we're constantly bringing down new information, new stuff. Of course, we got information from the ancients, information from the ancestors, but again, not we use the past in reference to now. And just like in the past, where motherfuckers was writing books for the first time, you know what I'm saying? Bringing up information for the first time. Some of us is gonna be doing that right now. So just keep that in mind. Peace for real this time. Have it now. Now's a vibrate, of course. Not too far in the future. Not too far in the past. Right now. Peace, peace.